Everyone, it's Debbie Mirza, the author of The Covert Passive Aggressive Narcissist. And today I'm going to be talking about second guessing yourself and how to stop doing that. It's so common, I have to tell you, so much self-doubt, so much second guessing yourself with the whole covert narcissist thing, because that's what makes this type of narcissism the most insidious type, because it is so hidden. It's so hard to notice and see, and this is why these relationships can last a long time without you noticing. So you'll go through a lot of doubts, a lot of, am I just being too sensitive? Is this really my fault? Am I really seeing this clearly? Am I jumping? This just seems like such a dramatic conclusion, this for me to come to. This person, so nice, everybody likes them, what am I thinking? You know, all those types of thoughts. So hopefully, I'm hoping this video will help give you clarity, or at least start you on the path to seeing clearly, because in time, you'll really be able to see this beyond a shadow of a doubt. But I completely understand it can take years to really see clearly, and for others it can take a short time, so don't grasp on to, oftentimes when people say, oh, it takes this long to do this and this and this, I just ignore that stuff, because everybody's different, and sometimes that just brings more stress than is helpful. So with the second guessing thing, certain things to think about and notice is, if you're in a relationship where it just didn't work out, or you're not a good match, you wouldn't go onto Google and put in words like narcissist or abuse or confusing relationships or crazy making. So that's something to recognize, that, okay, there's a reason you're researching this. You're not a crazy person. You have legitimate reasons to be searching these words. So that's something to notice. And then also think about, are you an irrational person? Do you come to irrational, over the top, dramatic conclusions? So think about other people in your life. And I will say, once you discover certain covert narcissists in your life, you do notice traits in other people in your life that you didn't see before. So I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is, in your daily life, are you someone that jumps to dramatic conclusions? Really think about that. Do you, tend to label people? Do you tend to look at everybody at your life and wonder if they're all, narcissists, or if they all have, mental health issues? And my hunch is, if you really think about, okay, who am I? Am I this irrational, over-dramatized person? I would imagine you're probably not. And probably the person you're wondering if they're a covert narcissist, or certain people, you have reasons for wondering that, and you can trust that. So yeah, it's like we have to come back to okay, who am I? Yes, I'm being told I'm overly dramatic or overly sensitive, or I'm not taking full responsibility, and I just want to blame. These are common things narcissists tell us to throw us off track, and really it's projections of what's true about them. Which brings me to my another point. It's really helpful to write down all the things that the narcissist has told you, either directly or indirectly, all the things they've said, all the traits that are wrong with you, all the things that you need to change, what they've told you. Write down a list, and then ask yourself, go through each one and ask yourself, is this actually true of the narcissist? And 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, it's not true of you. It's a projection of what's true about them that they're putting onto you, and you're not noticing it, and you're taking the shame and the blame that does not have anything to do with you. So that's a helpful exercise for you to do to help you get clear. The other thing is be logical about this. This is such an emotional journey. It's helpful to use logic and write down, keep a journal of anytime they do something or say something that is hurtful. Write that down. Anytime your body feels funny around them, or your stomach feels tight, or you feel clouded, or you're confused, when you're talking to them, it's hard to see straight. Write that down. So what you want to do is then become an observer. And over time, the more you write this stuff down, if you're having, trouble, like, is he or she, a covert narcissist, you'll have this record to refer to. And our brain likes proof. It likes evidence. So it's searching for that. With the cognitive dissonance, it's searching for truth. So it helps to write all this stuff down, because you can go back over it and go, oh, wow, there was this. Because we can easily get caught up in, but, there was the time he gave me that really nice gift, and there was the time that she said this kind thing to me, and she took me on this beautiful date, or there was this time where, my mom said really nice things about me, or my dad really encouraged me. We can kind of look at the little morsels of kindness they give us through the years and hang on to those, and not see all the times we were demeaned and devalued. So it's really helpful to keep a track of this. And during those times you're second guessing yourself, to come back to the list, to remind your brain, this did happen. This person said this, they did this, they treated me like trash, So that's helpful. Also, the final thought with this is it really helps to talk to other people, like especially other people who have gone through this themselves, whether that's people, there are support groups on Facebook, there are support groups on meetup.com. I would look into those in your area and see if there's a narcissistic abuse, support group. And I would listen to other people's stories. I would share your stories, because it's really helpful. It'll help you see clearly when you hear the similar stories that you've been through. It's just more evidence for your brain. It's also helpful to share with people you feel safe with, like in these support groups, stories that you've been through, and then see their reaction, like, oh my gosh, that's awful. I totally get that. This is what happened in that situation. That's so healing and helpful for us. So I highly recommend you do that. That's all I have on this topic today. And just know, one more thing. When we're with people like this, we are so taught not to trust ourselves. And I would, give yourself the new thought that you might be trustworthy, that you might be smart, that your body knows exactly what the truth is, and kind of like have the courage to believe yourself. What if you are right? What if your body knows? What if these hunches you have are absolutely correct? And really start living your life trusting every little thing, everything. Every time you notice your stomach tighten, trust that. Every time you have a hunch, trust that. Follow it. Listen to it. Even if it turns out you're wrong with some hunch, or maybe half right, I would rather err on the side of trusting myself than not trusting myself. I think there's so many things that contribute to us doubting ourselves. And one way of of stopping the second guessing is to get in the habit of trusting yourself, and then it will be much easier, and it'll become a more of a natural way for you of being with yourself. And that is incredibly healing and helpful in all areas of your life, to do with narcissistic abuse and beyond anything. So I hope that helps, and I'm sending you so much love. I'm proud of you for watching these videos and working on yourself and seeking truth and being the beautiful person you are. And I will talk to you soon.